guaranteed. Oh no, I knew, that's why I was down there, finding out in person.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about where the line went on the net.
You're just going to run down, push them back down. That's fine.
Go on and start on me.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Lovely.
Tell me it's fine. Okay guys, of course it has live England training. Comes in 3, I'll try and time it when the run is away. Yeah, 23 of the 26-man England squad are out there training on the grass. You can see them out there now. And it's pretty muggy out here. We've got thunder in the air. The start of their training campaign was 17, 16 degrees, cloudy, raining. But yeah, the players that are missing, Phil Foden, of course, we know him out. We're a little bit surprised not to see him there on the grass, but we understand they're going their own first programmes indoors. So before this game against Slovakia on Sunday, for that not to be, of course, what we'll get to Saturday, and then for the game, programmes away from the rest of that week. So we'll get down. But I don't get it, it's not too serious like the end of the season, which is first sort of getting back to fitness as well. Obviously he's played 3 games in 10 days, as has Declan Rice. And so 3 games in 10 days, look very closely at the medical reports, conditioning reports, and they make their training plans accordingly. Stephen Shaw out there at the back, he is out there training again, which is again a cost for Gareth Southgate. As he goes through the mix of the night, he checks out to the same thing. As he goes, he said next day, now, so we just make sure you've got a lot of that, so that's what we're doing.
They've just done the news. I've got headphones, you know. Yeah.
I mentioned Phil Foden, who's today, of course,
Someone's trying to ring me.
Who's expecting a baby. And they've already got 2 children together. They announced that they were having a 3rd child or expecting a 3rd child back in April. And the sense I get from the people I'm speaking to around the England camp are that they're not concerned about that. Certainly got Gareth Southgate's full permission to go home, and they fully expect him to be back in time to take part in training and be available for selection in that last 16 game against Slovakia. There's Gareth Southgate. Why don't we talk about him a little bit, because of course we've seen all of those quotes from the newspapers and some of the comments he made after the game, after that dour 0-0 draw against Slovenia in the final group game, where I have to say he sounded pretty downbeat. I think we need to give a bit of context. He was talking about the fact that he's the target of some of the bile that's coming from England supporters right now. Remember, as he left the field in Cologne. There were some plastic cups that were thrown at him, some of the abuse, some of the booing from England fans was pretty pertinent. It was directed straight at Gareth Southgate. He said, "Our world is different at the moment, and I feel like it's probably because of me." But he talked about how he can help the players as much as he possibly can, because he brought the joy back into playing for England, and we have to be very careful of where we head with it. Now, my reading of that is Gareth Southgate's tone is not at this point, you see, England are unbeaten. Top the group, they've got a favourable draw ahead of them. Why is there so much negativity around from the fans and from the media? Well, of course, I've got to try and tell it as we see it, and most people feel that his performances have been enjoyed so far, being well below what they are capable of. But that joy that he talks about in those comments in the newspapers is really significant, I think. He's made it a brilliant environment to be an England player. Whenever you speak to anyone, they talk about how well they get on, how much they enjoy each other's company. That is entirely down to those two men in your screen right now, Gareth Southgate and his assistant Steve Holland. They wanted to make an environment where England players wanted to come and play for their country, because that wasn't always the case with some of their predecessors. So he's clearly saying, "Look, make me the fullback. I've got broad on my shoulder. Please go through."
Potentially,
but the wider picture is, of course, that Southgate's contract expires at the end of December. He said in an interview with Bill,
about time out here in Germany, to be honest. When I've seen him after the game in Frankfurt against Denmark, he still really uncomfortable when he was walking around. Still following his training programme after that. On Monday, he was back on grass with the team. He got changed with the team. He was out there warming up before the pitch for the third game that we went to Cologne.
He has ambitions to get back to the national side, but I think he's a little bit concerned about the negativity that he's doing in the stands and in the newspaper following him, and indeed on Sky Sports News, in the way that we're reflecting on how the team have done so far. So that's Gareth Southgate. Let's get back to the players, shall we? Because there's Bobby Mainoo, and he's got the bench twice for England now in the opening 3 games. I think there's a very strong possibility of starting England's last 16 games against Slovakia on Sunday. If you look at his stats for when he came on the pitch at half-time, so the second half of Slovakia, when he came on with Conor Gallagher, 100% crosses completed, 100% tackles won, 97% pass accuracy, 33 out of 34 passes completed, 2 duels won, 1 dribble. Okay. But what he did was he brought some much needed control in that England midfield on the ball. He linked up with Phil Foden very well, he linked up Harry Kane very well. He's a very intelligent footballer, even though this is his first major international tournament. And I think there's a really strong possibility that he will start on Sunday. And it shows that Gareth Southgate's been drafted
during this broadcast. So far,
from advancing his way through the second group game. We saw Conor Gallagher come on, and look, I thought that was a decent decision by Gareth Southgate. Conor Gallagher, a natural number 8, had a brilliant season for Chelsea, but the England manager took him off at half-time against Slovenia, clearly feeling that England needed somebody with a bit more ability on the ball maybe, and that's where Bobby Mainoo came in. So 3 different, there's Conor Gallagher, look, so 3 midfield options tried already, 2 of them dispensed with. For my money, it looks like Bobby Mainoo could well be England's number 8 going forward in this game, and potentially if they go further on in the tournament. What about changes elsewhere? Well, let's talk about Cole Palmer, shall we? Because we spoke to him after the game, and in terms of England's wide attacking options, you have to say he's probably England's most informed. That was what he was in terms of his club football. Brilliant season for Chelsea. And I think when he came off the bench in that second half, he was England's most exciting player. He looked to the manner born, his first experience of major international football at a tournament, and he was doing exactly what he does for his club. Nothing seemed to faze him. He was beating players, he was feeding passes through the eye of the needle. He was linking up very well with England's other attacking options. And he has a bit of a swagger about him, which I think shows how comfortable he is and how well he's adapted to this international stage. It didn't phase him one bit. And I think Gareth Southgate is thinking of resting Bukayo Saka, who started each of England's 3 group games. Cole Palmer may well be the man to come in on that wide right-hand side. Jared Bowen, of course, into option. Anthony Gordon on the left there, look. Let's talk a bit about him, because he of tournament football the other night. When he interviewed him in the victory on after the game below. But Anthony Gordon got a minute, he came on the 89th minute and got 4 minutes of injury time. So 5 minutes of major tournament football, but even in that time I think he showed that he was trying to take on his fullback, he was trying to get in behind the Slovenia defence, something England haven't done enough in this tournament. So I think if you have to consider him as an option if Phil Foden doesn't come back in time. And now, as I say, the indication, the expectation is that Phil Foden will be back in time to train and be available for selection against Slovakia, but we don't know. He's gone back to be with his pregnant girlfriend. We don't know any more detail than that. How much training is he going to miss? What sort of condition is he going to be in when he comes back? If he is not available, or Gareth Southgate has any doubts, I think Anthony Gardner has a really good shout. Let's see if we find Jude Bellingham, shall we? Because we can't stop talking about him. And look, I've done a piece on the Sky Sports app about Jude Bellingham, saying that I don't think he's fully fit. And fitness perhaps isn't the right way of describing it. I think he's tired. I think he's struggling, in truth, just by the sheer amount of football he's played in recent times. 105 games in 2 years that young man has played. And the mental fatigue too. He's now part of England's leadership group, a committee of 4. Harry Kane is on there too, Declan Rice, Kieran Trippier are the other 3. You've got 20-year-old Jude Bellingham, who turns 21 the day before England's last 16 games. Part of that leadership group. He's giving advice to that guy on your right there, Bobby Mainey. If he's got any queries, any concerns, it's Jude Bellingham they will go to. I'm told from people I've been speaking to that Jude Bellingham is very open to giving advice to some of the newbies in the squad, even players that are older than him, which is a slightly bizarre situation. So for me, he's been a little bit weary. I don't see any signs that Gareth Southgate is thinking of resting him, but if you look at his stats, it's very clear that they've gone south in each of England's 3 games. I don't think he can play the physical, pressing game that he has categorised his entire career and has shone through in his extraordinary season at Real Madrid this season. You would like to see him winning the ball in the left back position, as you want to see him breaking as England's highest man through a defence and getting onto a ball over the top. It's that sort of energetic game, and I think we've seen him throwing his arms up a little bit in frustration. That's partly because of England's problems they've had with the pressing game, and he's been trying to press and others haven't. But I think also it's a bit of an indication that he's not comfortable with his own physicality right now. He can't impact the game as much as he would like. Interesting that he was talking in the Lions' Den to the FA today, and he was talking about England's route from here on, and saying that you can't take any game for granted. Slovakia are a real threat. And I think they are a threat to England in the form that they are right now, you have to say. But he's saying England are in a good place, they're ready to go, they've got no concerns about the form and fitness and conditioning of England's players right now. And again, it's this disconnect, I think, between what we're seeing in the media, what the fans are seeing on TV, what the fans are seeing on the in the stadiums, which is very un-England-like, and what the players themselves are feeling. Unbeaten, a win and 2 draws, top of the group, comfortable, getting better all the time. Let's finish up, shall we, by showing you Marc Guehi, who, for me, has been England's best player, most consistent player in the whole of this tournament so far. We have real concerns, we had real concerns, didn't we? So much talk about Harry Maguire not being fit. Gareth Southgate tried so hard to get Harry Maguire here, so that it could be that traditional partnership with Maguire and Stones, which has served England so well under Gareth Southgate in the last 3 major tournaments. We haven't noticed the absence of Harry Maguire. Maybe in terms of attacking set pieces we've seen him missing, but Marc Guehi for me has been England's best player. His understanding, his communication with John Stones, his ability on the ball, how calm he is. In his first major tournament, I think it's been absolutely exemplary. And there's so much transfer talk about him right now, with good reason. He looks an absolute class act, and he will be speaking to the media a little bit later on. We will hear from Marc Guehi, and stay with us on Sky Sports News for that, because it'll be really interesting to hear exactly what he has to say. Marc Guehi talking to the media around 1:30 UK time, and as ever we'll bring that to you live on Sky Sports News. Thank you.
They're not very good.